been a few weeks since my last update, so I wanted to take this opportunity to let you know what's been happening here in the leisure division at Advantage and also what we have planned over the next few months. We are clearly still operating in extremely challenging conditions, but over the last week we have seen some glimmers of positive movement. The revised JSS scheme does seem to be more positive, and while we are still waiting on the detail that sits behind that, it definitely seems to be an improvement on the previous scheme. And the addition of the Maldives and the Canaries to the Safe Travel list would undoubtedly help a lot of our members. In fact, just through AMS, between Thursday and Sunday, we saw an increase of 102% in terms of bookings to the Canaries, and of these 74% depart between October and December, and that's driving vital cash into businesses, which we need at the moment. We will continue to support with marketing assets for any destinations that do go onto the list. So we do have assets available on the members site as part of our Say Hello To campaign, both for the Maldives and the Canaries. And we are also putting lots of offers for both of these areas onto the Advantage Hot Offers Facebook group. And in fact, speaking of that group, I had a message just this morning from a member saying that they'd managed to secure a booking on the back of sharing a Beachcomber deal that we put on there a couple of weeks ago, which is fantastic news. What I think the weekend did tell us is that there is pent-up demand out there, and almost as soon as the news about the Canaries and the Maldives being added to the list came through, we started to see both enquiries and bookings come through, which is great news. We do know, however, that consumer confidence is low. What this is leading to, though, and we shared survey results last week that showed this, is that people that didn't previously book with an agent are now looking to do so in the future. So both the booking process and the in-resort experience are leading to people wanting to talk to an expert. So that can only be a positive thing for us as we move forwards. So clearly we've got a long way to go. Both quarantine and testing need to be addressed, and we here at Advantage will continue to represent the independent agent at every opportunity we get, both within the trade and the consumer media. So I think, like you, we at Advantage have not been immune to the changes and the challenges that have been happening in the industry, and we have had to adjust our costs to make sure that we are in the best place possible from an overhead position as we move forwards. That has meant that from a leisure division, I have not been able to retain my full team. However, our focus will remain fully on supporting the full membership as we move forwards. I'd now just like to give you a brief update on some of the specific areas within the leisure division and what the plans are over the next few months. So starting with marketing, and as you will know, we have had to reduce some of our marketing services, mainly the POS and the DM programs, and that's purely because these are reliant on supplier support, and we have seen a decrease in these areas since March. However, we have continued to run our in-house campaigns, and we are starting to see some positive indications that some of this supplier activity will be starting again in the near future. We're currently focusing on some sector-specific activity, and I'm pleased to tell you that we have a brand new digital family magazine being worked on that will be with you in the very near future. This will be followed by the next edition of our Silver Travel Advisor magazine, which focuses on the over 50s market. We're also looking at options for peaks campaigns. We do need to be fluid with this at the moment as the situation continually changes, but we do hope to have a peaks campaign, albeit it may be slightly different from those that we've ran in the past. Our partnerships team remain fully committed to supporting members and are spending most of their time helping members with escalating issues with suppliers, dealing with the RCN process, and just generally being there to support with anything that members need in terms of partnerships with suppliers. They're currently dealing with around 60 emails and calls a day, so the volumes haven't decreased coming into that area, but we are having some really great feedback that support that they're giving is absolutely invaluable at this moment. So we'll continue to do that and do whatever we can to support members there. The partnerships team are also looking at new partnerships with new suppliers that we could add to our portfolio. Again, as the situation continually changes, so do our options on where we can send our customers. So we need to be very reactive, but also proactive with what products we think we might need, and making sure that we get those partnerships in place as soon as possible and get those products on sale for you. And lastly, we've also been looking at how we can directly drive sales with you. And I'm pleased to say we've got a couple of new initiatives here that will hopefully help in this area. So we've forged a new partnership with another high street retailer. They want to offer their staff incentive cards, which they can use only within Advantage agents. So that will hopefully be really positive, and look out for some more news on that coming soon. We're also expanding our partnership with Silver Travel Advisor, and this has been hugely successful over the last 12 months, and the training programme has led to lots of our members becoming accredited agents. So we'll be looking at how we can develop this and offer even more with Silver Travel Advisor moving forwards. So that's all from me for this evening. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope to bring you another update very soon. Good night.